What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Frankie coming at you with a new video for my Giants fans, Giants community. Stand up. We are in the playoffs, playoff hype. And I'm going to start some controversy on what I truly believe. Daniel Jones is a top 10 quarterback. Well, tag me. Say what you want to say. I'm about to give you all my reasons why. Daniel Jones this year has played great, phenomenal football. I'm going to compare him to some names that people are going to get pissed off about, but I have my reasons. First off, I'm going to compare him to Josh Allen. Not that they play the same. Josh Allen is better. I'm not saying he isn't. Daniel Jones' rookie year, Daniel Jones had, I believe, 20 plus touchdowns, but had a lot of fumbles, a lot of interceptions. And I have the stats to show all that in a second. And his issue was he needed to clean up the turnovers. Okay. He did. This year, played phenomenal on cleaning up the turnovers, which is what everybody, the stat watchers said he was shitty for. Oh, he can't clean up. He was not going to clean up the turnovers. He's a turnover machine. Okay, so he didn't clean up the turnovers. What do they attack next? He doesn't have a lot of touchdowns. Okay. Watch the games. Sure, he's not the flashiest. Sure, his touchdowns were under 20 passing. The Giants' offense revolved around Saquon Barkley. The Giants' offense, receiver-wise, didn't find their real number one receiver till like week 13 in Isaiah Hodgins. Darius Slayton should have been cut. Richie James was a punt returner. That's what he came in for. Kenny Golladay, as much as I loved Kenny, was a fifth string receiver all year. Who else am I missing? Exactly, it's that bad. Isaiah Hodgins just got a role from the practice squad. You had Marcus Johnston coming in. Y'all know who that is? No, exactly. Daniel Jones, with those guys, you expect him to throw for 30 touchdowns? You serious? I'm going to tell you right now, your favorite quarterback can't throw for 30 touchdowns with those guys. There's maybe 3 quarterbacks that could work well with those receivers. And that's because they probably would, make plays themselves. Not many quarterbacks could do it with those receivers. Yes, people are going to say, oh, he had Saquon Barkley. Again, Saquon had his struggles too. The interior O-line was awful for the Giants this year. Outside of Andrew Thomas being a top-end left tackle, interior struggled. Evan Neal had his huge struggles in the start of the year. Even dealt with injury. But Saquon had a great year. Nonetheless, around 1,500 total yards, I believe. So Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley were the 1-2. As people would call him, Dash and Dimes in the middle of the year. Their little nickname. Daniel Jones gets overhated for anything he does. Not enough touchdowns. Too many turnovers. Oh, he's just not that guy. Daniel Jones won the Giants games. Sure, other quarterbacks could have came in and won the Giants games. And most people would say he's just a game manager quarterback that filled a role. Kirk Cousins wasn't, Kirk Cousins would probably air the ball out more. Kirk Cousins isn't rushing for 700 yards. People don't talk about that. 700 yards as a quarterback. And it was evenly distributed. There was a game he had 100 yards. Most games were 50, 40, 30, stuff like that. Evenly distributed throughout the whole season. Jones is dual threat. Him and Saquon Barkley carried the Giants offense with a bunch of bottom-end receivers. Isaiah Hodgins wasn't supposed to be on the team. He just got picked up. Darius Slayton was supposed to be cut. Richie James was a punt returner. Your team is not winning with those receivers. So at the start of the season, before the season began, I have the Instagram post and all the tweets to say it. Daniel Jones was going to be a top 15 quarterback. The people said, shut up. No, he's not. You're right, he's not. He's going to be top 10. Because top 15 is disrespectful to him. Top 15 is Ryan Tannehill. He's not Ryan Tannehill because he's better. Look at Ryan Tannehill this year. Although he dealt with some injury, you gave Ryan Tannehill no receivers, and he still has Derrick Henry. Looked lost. The whole Titans looked lost. And you're going to tell me that guy is better than my quarterback? No. No offense to Tua. I'm going to take a shot at Tua now, actually. Yeah, all offense to Tua. Flip places. Daniel Jones in New York. Or Daniel Jones in Miami. Tua in New York. Are you serious? You know what? Maybe Tua would succeed because the Giants have to throw short passes because the receivers are not capable of being deep threats. But they wouldn't really go anywhere. They'd be 5-yard passes. The same stuff Daniel Jones is doing. Okay? Put Daniel Jones in Miami. Daniel Jones has an arm. Daniel Jones has arm strength. He's aired it out plenty of times. With with bad receivers. Don't give him a Tyreek Hill and a Jalen Waddle. Come on now. Don't be ignorant. Think about this. A guy that can throw it over the top of the defense with the 2 fastest receivers in the league. Come on. He's not Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes' arm strength, but he's got better arm strength than people think. So all those number watchers are just, oh, his numbers aren't good. What about his numbers was bad? His turnover to touchdown ratio was good. He didn't have many turnovers at all. And he had a fumble. People talk about, oh, he had fumble issues. His fumble issues came on plays that were last-second Hail Marys or blindside sacks, which many quarterbacks fumble off of. Daniel Jones wasn't doing the typical reckless run around, throw it up in the air, run around, fumble it. He was protecting the ball well this year. In the play of the Colts game, Daniel Jones took a QB power to the left, scored. Daniel Jones took another QB run to the left and ran a defender over. This man suffered a concussion just last year trying to run through Jabril Cox at the goal line. He's putting his body on the line to get his team to the playoffs. I mean, I don't know what more I have to say. People, maybe the NFL quarterbacks were bad this year. And you can say, okay, the NFL quarterbacks were bad, that's why he's top 10. All right? He's top 10 still. Another argument I'm going to do. They beat the Colts by 30. They beat the Colts by 30. Everybody says, oh, it's the Colts. Where was that energy when the Chiefs lost to them? Oh, Sky Moore fumbled. Okay, fair. That's a team game still. Where was that energy when the Eagles beat them by 1? Crickets. Where was that energy when Justin Herbert didn't have a touchdown versus them? Daniel Jones had 4. 4! But no, it's the Colts, so it's okay. Tired of the disrespect, bro. Daniel Jones is top 10. Even if he's 10, that's top 10. I think, wholeheartedly, the Giants are going to re-sign him. He deserves top quarterback. Not top quarterback like Mahomes level money, but above average quarterback money. Because let's talk about this. If Daniel Jones wanted to, he could leave. And sure, it would suck to restart, but you could go to a team that needs a quarterback, that has weapons. Let's say, I'm not saying this is the team he goes to, because there's probably other options this team would look for, like a Lamar. Let's say he goes to Tampa Bay. Not saying Julio's the greatest, but you have a Julio, Mike Evans, a Chris Godwin, Leonard Fournette. Solid O-line when they're healthy. That's a team full of weapons for him. And you know he's giving all of them the ball. Daniel Jones this year hasn't been inconsistent. It's actually been the opposite. He's been very consistent until the last 4 weeks where his passing game has just switched. He's aired the ball out a lot more. The Giants became a pass-first offense in that Vikings game. And since that, it's been pass. They have been passing the ball left and right. If you remember, in the Washington game, the game that they needed to win, pinned at the 2-yard line, Daniel Jones makes a drive 98 yards touchdown. Sure, it wasn't the prettiest. Sure, it was super conservative. It got them there. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. If you're a NFL fan, NFL coach, NFL GM, are you going to at the end of the day say, damn, that was ugly. That was so bad. We won. Or are you going to be like, damn, bro, I'm happy we're winning. I don't care if it's conservative. Winning is winning. Do you think Brian Daboll is telling his guys, man, we're 9-6-1 in the playoffs. We have no shot. He's telling them we're in the playoffs. It does not matter. They won. And I'm going to bring the Vikings up. Give them credit. Everybody's saying they're frauds. At the end of the day, 17 games in, they won 13. They won. Daniel Jones, although it wasn't a lot of touchdowns, he won. He made the plays to win games. You want to know who can't do that? Ryan Tannehill. Why? Because he needs good weapons. He needs his A.J. Brown. I'm not saying, oh, you can't have great weapons. Trust me, I would love A.J. Brown on the Giants. But he needs that to win. He needs Derrick Henry. Sure, Saquon and Daniel Jones is awesome. Daniel Jones is rocking with Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton, who had a 16% drop rate. Second most in the NFL. Drop rate? Who's his second receiver then? Richie James. Another guy who cost the Giants games on drops. Rookie tight end Daniel Bellinger. He's been great all year. Fumbles in the Vikings game. Daniel Jones made one mistake. I wouldn't even say two. Maybe two. His interception versus the Titans in week 1, where he stared down Saquon Barkley to the left corner and he was picked off. Daboll chewed him out. Knew Daniel Jones ever since that. The pick he threw to Pat Pete in that Vikings game. I'm going to be honest. Maybe a little behind. Pat Pete played that ball perfectly. So, with that being said, I'm just going to pull up the numbers really quick. And we are going to close out this bottom image so you guys can see all the numbers. These are his numbers for this year. Again, not the craziest passing numbers. That Chicago game, he missed half the game due to injury. What happened in it? Tyrod came in and got himself hurt in a concussion, trying to fight for a first down. Daniel Jones has to come in injured now. When's the game? Okay, And look at the sack numbers. He's still one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the league. Protected the ball well this year. One of Daniel Jones' best games. First of all, Daniel Jones versus Dallas was airing the ball out. Doesn't help Dallas has Trayvon Diggs covering practice squad receivers. I'm just looking through all the games now. Numbers-wise, Daniel Jones didn't even play that bad. Detroit, he had 341. Okay. Really good. Minnesota was 334. Like, I know that I'm nitpicking games, and you can say, oh, what about the game for 177? You're right. Look at the rushing. 91 yards and 2 touchdowns. Daniel Jones is dual threat top 10. People are going to bring in, oh, he tripped and fell. Oh, he ran 80 yards, tripped and fell. First of all, that was 3 years ago. What'd they do still? They scored. People don't talk about the rest of the drives. People don't bring in context to things. They just look at numbers. They say this and that. I'm gonna agree with you. Daniel Jones in his first year was sloppy. He threw the ball a lot. He aired it out. He had a lot of turnovers. His second year was a disaster. It was terrible. His third year, I saw improvement, and then he got injured, and everything was rocky from there with a terrible head coach. This year, he's looked awesome. He hasn't turned the ball over. He's made the plays to win games, which is what matters. Now, if the Giants were to go head-to-head with a powerhouse like the Chiefs, like the Bills, I do agree Daniel Jones would be tested to finally have to play the best game of his life. Air it out, no turnovers, this, that. But like I said, we were comparing him to Josh Allen, who had plenty of turnovers this year. Fumbles left and right. I think he had 15, 16 fumbles last I checked. Where's the spark on that? Where's the talk about that? Oh, because he's already established himself, which is fair. But you got to keep the same energy. He fumbled. He cost his team games. Losses. They don't have the first seed on his issues, his struggles. Lost to the Jets. The fumbles against Miami. You could have the first seed right now. But people, all respect to Damar Hamlin, the whole situation. People are going to solely blame it on that. At the end of the day, good teams win games. Now, I'm not saying the Giants are the greatest team. What I am saying is they're in the playoffs because of Daniel Jones, because of his top 10 quarterback play. These are all the numbers. Like I said, you guys can see the numbers slowly improved from his rookie year to now. Even if the touchdowns went down passing wise, overall rushing touchdowns, yards still there. The production, the film, everything is there to speak for itself. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. That's the GOAT right there, man. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and peace.